So if you've launched a landing page, got crickets, not getting any traffic, you're definitely not doomed. Usually the page isn't structured in a way that machines, search crawlers understand quickly. The fix is pretty straightforward. You don't need to rebuild everything, just need a few high-level changes that will help humans and, of course, search engines, LLM crawlers, get and understand the context of the page fast. Search is evolving very quickly, with AI systems now deciding which pages get summarized and shown and which don't. The pages that stand out are clear, structured, and easy to understand. We found that making these 3 simple changes to content changes the page visibility drastically. And that's going to drive, again, stronger visibility as well as leads and conversions. So here's the plan. First, start with search intent. Second, start with structure. For machines, that means clean URLs, internal linking, canonical tags, all of that. And then the third, and this one is very important, it's schema markup. So schema that's mirroring what is actually on the page. So we're going to start here with intent. Ask yourself, what is the searcher trying to accomplish right now? Are they buying? Are they comparing? Are they booking, learning, or are they troubleshooting? Here's an example of intent done poorly. Someone searches roof repair pricing Denver, lands on a generic Our Solutions page with fluffy copy, no pricing content whatsoever, no real service area information, and just one button that says contact us. So people are gonna hit that page and they're gonna bounce because that page never proves it's actually answering the question, which was about pricing. Here's a better version. Your headline says, roof repair pricing in Denver, get an estimate in 60 seconds. It's showing your unique USP or your unique selling point, which is getting that pricing in 60 seconds. So you show a price range or a quick calculator, you list what's included, you include a short FAQ, and that'll talk about anything from warranties to timelines, whatever you want to add in there. And then if you have it, you link to a case study. Now you've given a clear next step, and you've also given more information. The search in both cases was roof repair pricing Denver, but now the page proves in 2 seconds the visitor is in the right place and is also getting the right information that they're looking for. So if you want a quick gut check, ask yourself, could a brand new visitor explain this page in 1 sentence after looking at it for 3 seconds? Now let's talk about structure. There are 2 audiences that matter beyond your buyer. That's going to be crawlers and LLMs. Crawlers are how search engines discover and understand your pages, so think Google. If your site is easy to crawl and the relationships between your pages are clear, you will get indexed faster and ranked more accurately. So that's increasing that visibility. LLMs, or large language models, which is basically AI overviews, anything ChatGPT, Perplexity, they identify patterns from your content via the context, right? So whatever the context is on your content. When your page is well structured, it's easier for these systems to understand and include you. So why do they care about structure of your URL, let's say? Because in short, human predictable URLs signal clarity on the page. So if you have a URL, and we're using the roofing example again, if you have a URL that says /best roof repair in Denver, that's hand over fist going to beat a URL that is confusing, like solutions, our best in class, Denver roofing in 2025. That's completely confusing to users as well as those crawlers and search engines. So clean, logical patterns are going to help those crawlers map out your site, and they help humans click because they understand where they're going. I also think it's important to talk here about internal links. Internal linking throughout your site matters just as much. Don't orphan pages and make them stand alone with nowhere to go. Link to and from landing pages with relevant pages that help the user. Like I mentioned previously about linking to a case study. So we want to make sure that we're linking to relevant pages from every page on our site. You can even use links to handle objections like worried about timelines, see our 3-day case study, right? So you're answering those questions that users may have if they're not farther down the funnel. Let's demystify canonicals, which is going to be the next thing that we want to talk about with structures. A canonical tag is telling your search engine, if you see a few versions of this same content on our site, this URL is the one that we want you to position as the most important. And just to clarify, a canonical tag is a very small piece of code that's going to live in the back end of your site. So it's nothing that the users would see. It's just on the back end of your web page for crawlers or LLM models. Most indexable pages have a self-canonical tag that points to itself. If you got clear duplicates that are 90% identical, pick a winner and set that as the canonical on the others so it does not affect your rankings, because we don't want our pages to ever compete against each other. The third thing that we're going to talk about here is schema. Schema is small pieces of code, which is basically labels that are added to your web pages. These small pieces of code are going to tell crawlers what's on the page. So there's different kinds of schema. There's product schema, service schema, FAQ, how-to, articles, rankings, breadcrumbs. There's thousands of different kinds of schema because there's thousands of different kinds of web pages. Schema reduces guesswork. It can unlock rich results in search and improve how AI systems will summarize and cite your content. It's even more important now than it's ever been because AI overviews and other LLM features prefer content that they can understand confidently, and that starts with that schema markup. So in very crowded markets, clarity is often that tiebreaker that gets you included in that answer box instead of your competitors. So it gets you that summary. On each page, again, we need to mirror what's exactly visible. If users can't see it, don't mark it up just to beat the system. Keep it honest because LLMs and crawlers are going to realize that schema isn't relevant to the page, and that's going to be detrimental to your visibility overall. So let's talk about some old basics that still matter. Obviously, thinking has evolved here. Mistakenly, some people are putting SEO and AI into two different buckets, and that's just not accurate. AI is the evolution of SEO. So the old things still matter, they've just evolved. So things like title tags, meta descriptions, all of those things, again, still matter. And speaking of title tags and meta descriptions, we always want to make sure that those are enticing for the user because those are going to matter in traditional search for your click-through rate. And then also site speed always matters. That's going to affect your bounce rate. If your site is slow, users are hitting your site and bouncing, Google's not going to want to push traffic to your site. So you're going to get farther pushed down in the search results. We do see a correlation, what pages are ranking in SEO and which of those pages are getting pulled into LLMs. So again, we still want to make sure that we have that traditional SEO, that we have the structure of the website in place, and that we're not using anything outdated. So what's less important or retired? Keyword density. That's not really a thing anymore. We need to focus on semantic coverage. So what pages are closely related and how the content is related rather than just stuffing keywords in the page. Exact match domains are awkward. Keyword stuffed URLs, again, awkward. Don't do that. Anything that has to do with keyword stuffing is going to be detrimental to your SEO. From there, let's move to what's kind of newish in the practice. Semantic coverage that addresses comparisons, objections, specs, and outcomes. The things that buyers really need to decide. Topical clusters that, again, link to the landing page that support articles and then link back to the landing page. So again, we're creating that internal linking to relevant pages. And clarity for AI. Keep the copy clean. Use consistent entity names for your products and services. And of course, add that schema markup that really matches what's on the page. Here's a quick clarity test. Copy your page text into a tool like ChatGPT, Perplexity, whatever you're using, and ask the LLM for a one-sentence summary. If the summary doesn't make sense, your page doesn't make sense. That means tighten up your H1s, your opening paragraph, your CTAs. If the AI, again, cannot make sense of your page, then it's never going to rank in those large language models. It's never going to rank in those AI overviews. Let's recap what we've learned here. 1, match search intent, promise the outcome in the H1, and align the above the fold CTAs with that outcome. Number 2, structure for machines with a short, human-based URL, 2 to 4 descriptive internal links, and a self-canonicalized tag, and make sure no orphan pages. 3, mirror reality with Schema, and validate and fix any warnings that you may see for that page in a tool like Google Search Console. Apply these landing page SEO steps, and you'll start seeing movement fast. More clarity, more clicks, more conversions. If you want to go deeper, our team can audit your pages, spot what's holding them back, and build a roadmap that actually drives revenue. So contact us today.